Hey YouTube, welcome to a new video. I'm Philip Jacob and you're watching Metal Beans. Today's review is on the BMW 530d M Sport. First things first, I know a lot of people are going to come in saying that there is a new facelifted model coming up. But to be frank to you guys, for the facelifted model to come to India, it will take a couple of months. Maybe it might come by this year end also. So until then, it's going to be this car. So let's go through the in-depth review of the BMW 530d M Sport. So let's go through the exterior characteristics of this car. The headlights are adaptive LED headlamps. They have a range of 500 meters and can do the high beam, low beam all by itself. It can individually cut down its LEDs for the opposite traffic to not glare the opposite traffic especially. And again, you have the active Airstream kidney grills. And as per the M Sport package, you have the chrome outlinings with high gloss black in the middle. They can open and close depending upon the engine's temperature. And also it increases the aerodynamic efficiency of the car. And as you can notice, the bumpers, you have a fisheye camera, and these bumpers are the M Sport bumpers, which come only for the M Sport variant in the 5 Series. And you also get a LED fog lamp system with the high gloss black accents. The sensors are also embedded in them, and you get 360 sensors in this car. The car comes with 18-inch alloy wheels as standard, and you get the M Sport alloy wheels. The tires are mixed profile in these, so at the front you get 245/45 R18, and at the rear you get the 275/40 R18 wheels. So that means that the rear tires are much more broader. The car comes with run flat tire systems as standard, which means that even with zero pressure inside the tire in cases of puncture, you can drive the car at 80 km/h speed up to 80 km with zero pressure inside them. And if you notice the calipers, you get the M Sport calipers in them, which are blue in color with the M logo on it. Going ahead, you also have a functional air curtain and air breather in this car. So as per aerodynamics, there is a air curtain over here through which the air passes. It reduces the turbulence inside the wheel arches, and it passes away through this vent over here. So this in return increases the handling characteristics of the car. The car comes with electrically controllable mirrors, and these mirrors can auto dim for you also. So let's say in case of a high beam which is being projected to you from the rear, it would become a little greenish tinge so that it wouldn't glare your side. And this is applicable only for the outside right hand side rear view mirror and the inner rear view mirror. And the mirror also has a two-tone color on it. So above it would be the body color and below it would be black. And in part of the 360-degree camera, you can also notice the fisheye camera on the mirrors. While checking the side profile of the car, along with the M Sport bumpers, you also get the M Sport side skirts on the 530d M Sport, and you also get an M logo on the front quarter panel and black accents also, which is a functional vent in this case. The window outlining is also in high gloss black, as you can notice in these. And this is a BS6 variant. So how do you know that? It's all just by noticing this AdBlue tank inside the fuel flap. So let's go to the rear. While checking out the rear, the tail lights are completely LEDs, and you get a L-shaped design in them. And you also get the reversing camera just above the number plate zone. The bumpers again are M Sport bumpers. As you can notice, you have a much more aggressive designing in them. You get trapezoidal shape exhaust tips, which are two functional exhaust tips in the 530d M Sport, and these bumpers also have the sensors embedded in them. So the car also has 360 sensors along with the 360-degree camera. So let's check out the boot. While checking out the boot, we have a large amount of boot space, and the spare wheel is incorporated underneath this plank. So in case if you want to increase your boot space, you can remove the spare wheel and the panels and just place this panel below so that it increases your boot space. The spare wheel is not necessary because you anyways have your unflat tire system in the car. And this is a functional boot also. You have some trays in there, you have hooks, and also you also get a 12-volt charging point at the back. So in case if you want to have a cooler box, you can do that also. You can incorporate it also. The seats can be folded in 40-20-40 split. So you have the handles out here, so you can just pull them and you can push down the seats, in which again you can increase your boot space. The car comes with a 3-liter diesel engine, which is a straight 6. It produces 265 bhp and 620 Newton meters of torque. It can do a 0 to 100 in 5.7 seconds, and as per ARAI, it has a mileage number of 17 kilometers per liter. So right now we are seated inside the BMW 530d M Sport, and as you can see, the 530d M Sport also get the M Sport steering wheel on them. It's a much more chunkier steering wheel and very comfortable to drive on this. And you have the controls on them. You have cruise control and speed limiter, and this is the knob through which you can increase and decrease the speed. And at the right hand side you have the controls for your media, so you can increase and decrease your volume. You can access your media or contacts, you can answer and disconnect a call, or you can activate your voice assistant, which is a BMW assistant, or even your phone's assistant, which is Hey Siri or Hey Google, which is by pressing a long press. The steering wheel also gets paddle shifters, which is left hand side for downshift and the right hand side for upshift. And going through the instrument cluster, you get a 12.3-inch fully digital instrument cluster. On the left hand side you have the details of your speed, and on the right hand side you have your tachometer. On the extreme left you also have your fuel gauge, and on the extreme right you have your engine's temperature, which is being mentioned. In this display you also get the navigation, which would be informed in the middle of the screen. And apart from that, other informations can also be seen by using this onboard computer button over here, which would show you various other informations on the digital display itself. The car also is equipped with head-up display, so this helps in having a much more enjoyable ride, because all the information comes up on the windshield itself, so that your speed information, your navigation, media, everything will be shown up on the windshield itself. The main display is a 10.25-inch touchscreen system. It has Apple CarPlay, which is wireless, incorporated inside the system itself. The car comes with Harman Kardon music system, which is 16 speakers on the whole with 600 watts. The system also has an inbuilt memory of 32 GB, so that you can actually save in your music into the car itself, and you need not carry your mobile phone or any pen drive just to listen to your favorite songs. And going down on the dashboard, you have the wooden accent with a lining of the ambient lighting, and also aluminium satinated finish on the dashboard, which continues to the doors also. And going down, you get the quick dial buttons, on which you can individually assign anything from the menu. And going down, you also get a touchscreen system for your air conditioning system, so you can control the blower speed all by just using the touch function. The 530d comes with 4-zone air conditioning, and also on the rear seats you have the air conditioning from the B pillar also, so there is a lot of effectiveness in the air conditioning at the rear too. The glove box also get air conditioning partially. Down below you have a wireless charging point, and the car also comes with a display key. The display key is also wirelessly chargeable. You also get a USB charging point over here. You get two cup holders with a 12-volt charging point, which is right now a cigarette lighter. Going down, you have an 8-speed automatic gear shifter, and on the left hand side you have the iDrive controller. This is a touchpad, so that for example, in case you want to enter some contact or enter some address, you can enter it just by writing on it. And you also have the quick dial buttons around them. You have the drive experience buttons over here, which is Sport, Comfort and Eco Pro and Adaptive. The car stays in comfort mode by default, and you can change anytime at the part of driving to Eco Pro or Sport, or you can switch it to Adaptive, wherein the car itself will study your driving style and adapt accordingly. This is to switch on or switch off the traction control. And you have the parking sensor button, and this is to activate just the cameras for you. This is the electric handbrake, and this is the auto hold function. Just underneath the handrest you get a space with a C-port charging point and a small light lit for the space. For people seated in the front, you can have certain controls just by using gesture control. You can increase and decrease the volume, you can answer or disconnect a call, you can change stations, everything is possible. So let's say if you are a person who is chauffeur driven and you sit at the back, the customer will also have a remote with him, which would exactly look like this, and from the rear he will be able to control the iDrive system. And the iDrive system in the 530d M Sport is an ID7. The seats are electronically controlled. You have the controls on the right hand side of the front right seat and on the left hand side of the left hand side seat. So the seats have lumbar support, you have bolster support, you have extended thigh support also, and both the front seats have memory function, which can be seen on their respective doors. So the front right hand side and the left hand side have two memory options. So right now we are seated at the rear, and the leather in this 530d M Sport is Napa leather, and the color in this particular car is ivory white. So I have a decent amount of legroom and headroom. You also get a handrest with two cup holders in them. And on the center console I have 4-zone AC controls, and just below that I have two C-port chargers and a 12-volt charging point also. The windows have sun blinders on them, which should be operated manually, and the same trim levels go to the rear doors also. As you can notice, the ambient lights are currently switched on. The seats have a stitching onto them, so it gives a premium look also. So that's it about the rear. And the car also comes with a sunroof, which is not panoramic. It's a normal sunroof which can be opened completely. So that's it from me on the BMW 530d M Sport. I'll see you guys in another video. Please do like, share and subscribe the channel. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.